The 24-valve V6. Later on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Heather Locklear, and musical guest Joe Cocker. Stay tuned. Your local news is next.
The president is pledging billions more to the military, and yet the Pentagon is still shelving several high-tech weapons projects. And they say laughter is good medicine, but what if your laugh is strange? Those stories next.
Stay awake. You won't want to miss Jay's guest, Gwyneth Paltrow, and director David Lynch. Stay up for Jay. Your local news is next.
Looking for common humanity, two congregations try to bridge more than physical distance tonight. A final decision for a Bay Area school after weeks of public discussions.
And now the NBC Peacock Room presents a musical tribute to Sally's wedding on Third Rock. Sunday on Third Rock. Thank you. Sally's tying the knot. What? I'm getting married. She met some French guy and he's pretty hot. Oui. Sally's in that dress. And what a dress, huh, folks? The sparks are gonna fly. It's a must-see TV wedding on Third Rock from the Sun, NBC Sunday night. Thank you, Mazel Tov.
Brace yourself for February's biggest event, Asteroid. In 1908, an asteroid exploded in a remote region of Siberia with a force 100 times greater than Hiroshima. Shockwaves were felt as far away as London. If it hit New York today, 8 million people would die. But next time we might not be so lucky. Tomorrow night, the sky is falling when Asteroid hits on NBC.
Later, the house is rocking as the one and only Chevy Chase returns to guest host NBC's Saturday Night Live with musical guests live. Your local news is next.
Stay tuned, because in 35 minutes, Jay welcomes NBC's Suddenly Susan star Brooke Shields. Stay up for Jay. Your local news is next.
The Bucks head to court in the morning with more financial info to share. They are being pressed by a former mayor to fess up about the team's debt. And a credit card debt has you buried. We'll show you how you can dig out. Also, the Bolts were back in action tonight. Chris Thomas has the highlights.
Dave kicks late night into high gear with Pauly Shore, the vocal magic of Celine Dion, and a lot more, all tonight. But first, your local news.
They were asked to write an essay about their favorite black from history. Tonight, the controversy when some parents said, put the pens down.
And could it be possible a curfew for kids during the day? Plus, Dick Fletcher has a warm weekend on the way. 10 minutes of nonstop news starting right now.
Rolling a push, announce.
Later on The Tonight Show, Jay gets a closer look at Tom Selleck, plus Joan Embry with snarling zoo types and the sophisticated wit of Carrot Top. Your local news is next.
And coming up next, from the nation's breadbasket to the Sun Belt, Mother Nature shows no mercy. We'll show you. We'll also show you how to turn your home computer against child predators. And if you have a love of history and more than 100 grand, then we have something just for you.
A history of love. They were the most romantic couples of all time. Romeo and Juliet, Antony and Cleopatra, and of course the Wonder Years, Kevin and Winnie. Would these two ever love again? You bet they would.
Oh my. I'm a bad, bad girl. So why don't I go back to my place and do some things badly? I mean, some bad things goodly.
Don't miss this special reunion. Working Wednesday on NBC.
Later on The Tonight Show, there'll be no looking back once Jay welcomes Lauren Holly and some 7-year-old quadruplets.
Imagine having to take your child to school like this.
We teach her that this is the way she has to be.
For now, she must live in the shadows.
There was nothing as her parents that we could do to help her.
A brave little girl and a family's fight to find a cure. Against all odds, a special 48 hours in 1 minute.
Big drop in on Dave and join the fun with John Travolta, Irish music by the Chieftains, and a whole lot more. But first, here's your local news.
A bizarre outbreak killing exotic birds. What's killing the ostriches of Pasco County, and why are neighbors so upset about it?
Plus a one-on-one interview with the Black Widow. Hear why she wants to proclaim her innocence just days before her execution in Florida. 10 minutes of nonstop news starting right now.
If it's God's will.
Later, Matt LeBlanc may be lost in space, but he finds his way to The Tonight Show to visit Jay. And Rebecca Romaine lets us in on stylish supermodel secrets. Your local news is next.
The Bay Area is abounding with basketball's best tonight as more Sweet 16 teams arrive here. And if you've ever been stung by a yellow jacket, you know just how bad it hurts. Now imagine more than 100 stings. A little Clearwater boy doesn't have to imagine.
This May on CBS, from Eric Siegel's most anticipated novel since Love Story, comes a romance that will take you places you've never been before.
Have you remembered me, Matthew? So she's as beautiful as she was that night in Amsterdam.
Marissa Tomei, Rob Morrow, in a world premiere event, Only Love. CBS May.
On The Late Show with David Letterman, actor John Turturro, and Stupid Pet Tricks. Thanks for watching CBS. Now your local news.
From the hope for a team to the hype of Devil Rays, Devil Ray Mania hits Tampa Bay. And just what in the devil is a Devil Ray?
Everything you need to know about baseball in Tampa Bay, plus how your home state ranks on the danger list. 10 minutes of nonstop news, and your first forecast start with this story.
Now, an NBC unsolved mystery.
These are the last rites of the Pharaoh Ramses the Great. For 70 days, he has been prepared for everlasting life by the high priest of Anubis. His body has been cleansed, purified, and dried. If his mummy remains intact, and if his name is remembered, then Ramses will never die. The coffin of the king is closed. Will it remain sealed? Will Ramses live forever?
Find out. Now, an NBC comedy break with Rondo Sheridan on the dangers of mirrors.
Anybody got the mirror over your bed? If you ever had a mirror over your bed, you know it's very important to have someone else there with you. I didn't know this. The very first time I had a mirror over the bed, it was just me. I woke up that morning, I damn near scared the crap out of myself. I thought a large naked man was already jumped on top of me.
Catch Rondell Sheridan in Minor Adjustments, coming this...
The nominees are in. Now there's only one place you can see who wins. Only one network who can make Hollywood's biggest event bigger. Only one pre-show will be presented exclusively by the Academy for the first time ever. Only one night will have you celebrating all day long. ABC Sunday at the Oscars, March 21st.
Later, if you can't beat them, join them. Arsenio Hall joins Jay for The Tonight Show, plus Real Blonde Elizabeth Barkley. Your local news is next.
And in the news, stories of despair and stories of survival. Another night comes with hundreds out of their homes in Central Florida. We'll take you there. And tonight we're learning more about the deal that, for now, will keep American troops out of war with Iraq.
2 weeks from tonight, Late Line comes to NBC Tuesdays after Frasier.
I am so excited. Frasier is one of my favorite shows.
Hell.
I watch it every week, and now our show, Late Line, is going to be on right afterwards.
Hell.
Yeah?
You can't have Eddie.
Late Line, the comedy that's making news, coming to NBC Tuesdays after Frasier.
Get your own dog.
No, one Leno.
Change.
Push. Announce.
Later on The Tonight Show, Jay gets loaded for just shooting his Laura San Giacomo and hits back a few with tennis ace Venus Williams, plus the music of Usher. Your local news is next.
A policeman is dead, his killer on the loose, and a community is in shock. What is it about the loss of a police officer that makes us all feel the pain? Not rain, but cold weather is moving in, and some of us could wake up to frost in the ground. The story next.
Jason Lee and Campbell Scott in Hallmark Hall of Fame's The Love Letter. CBS next.
One night only, catch showbiz legend Robert Goulet.
Bob, it's me, Leo. I don't know you.
In a Georgian Leo that'll knock you out. Then, can America's Queen of Style overrule Christopher Darden?
Are you crazy?
Chris, just because you lost a certain case of the century doesn't mean you have to take it out on everyone else.
All new style and substance, part of Olympic Countdown Week. CBS Monday.
Dragons, Knights of the Round Table, and a sword named Excalibur. His magic made legends of them all. NBC.
Later, Jay welcomes From Two Girls and a Guy, Heather Graham, plus an 82-year-old donut maker. Maybe it's time to stop making the donuts. Your local news is next.
Tonight, new developments surrounding a local group home. The owners could be in more hot water. A startling discovery has detectives looking for a hitman. Search is on for survivors after a Boeing 727 crashes. These stories and more now.
Fun with Dave, Claire Danes, George Miller, and Matthew Ryan all tonight. But first, stay tuned for your local news.
An emotional mother talks to 10 News tonight. Her young daughter recovers from a high-speed police chase.
Also, more questions about a drug said to reduce the risk of breast cancer. Plus, jumping grasshoppers. It looks like a bad horror film, but this invasion is for real. Your Earthwatch forecast in 10 minutes of nonstop news starts right now.
Don't miss April's biggest event, Merlin. In a time of King Arthur, dragons, knights of the Round Table, and a sword named Excalibur. His magic made legends of them all.
Later on The Tonight Show, Jay sizes up Merlin star Martin Short, plus some singing and talking birds and singing person Faith Hill. Your local news is next.
It's a homeless Friday night for more than a dozen families in the Bay Area tonight after a huge apartment fire destroys all their possessions. His father deliberately injected him with AIDS-infected blood. Tonight, the boy's mother speaks out.
Later, Jay welcomes the other pretty woman, Cameron Diaz, star of My Best Friend's Wedding, and spars with heavyweight boxing champ Evander Holyfield. Your local news is next.
Today, 3 teens learned their fate for stealing a stop sign that resulted in the death of 3 others. But tonight, one of those teens is out of jail and back home. We'll have the latest. And our researchers a step closer to finding out how to help millions of migraine sufferers.
Twin Cities call. Home improvements how. Twins separated at birth. Let's explore the eerie similarities. Here it comes. Both ladies' men in their own right.
I want somebody like Barbara Walters.
Both strong male figures.
I'm 35 years old. I've been living on my own for almost 4 years now.
Both a couple of hip, swinging dudes.
I'm just doing a little rapping in the hood.
Ooh. Twins or just 2 queens?
I'm usually very hip.
You decide. ABC Tuesday.
I'm John Walsh. It's Saturday, May 29th, and here's what we're working on for the top of the hour. Cops say for years she masqueraded as a he and prowled as a rapist.
Make you scream, and I'll hit you. Got it?
How does she get away with it?
This is you, isn't it?
Find out when America's Most Wanted starts in just 30 minutes.
In the tradition of Sense and Sensibility comes Larry Flint in Jane Austen's TNA.
Mad TV goes to the movies, late night tonight.
All right, let's get busy on our first case. In Aberdeen, Washington, detectives say Delvin Grote molested one of his neighbor's kids, a 6-year-old girl, while her twin sister played right outside. Grote was arrested, but he was let out on bail, and that's not the worst of it. Cops say while he was awaiting trial, he molested another neighbor's son. Now detectives say Grote has molested at least 9 children, maybe more. If you've seen Delvin Grote, please call 1-800-CRIME-TV. Grote, your twisted ways are about to end because the manhunt starts right now.
I'm Frank Robertson.
And I'm Cecily Wilson. Next on the Fox 13 10 o'clock news, a robber with an unlikely weapon is threatening store clerks in Tampa.
A teenager allegedly involved in a highway overpass murder is let free. Find out why.
And shuttle astronauts lace up their boots and get ready for a long night of spacewalking.
Plus, Howard Shapiro has your Memorial Weekend forecast. Stay tuned. The news is next.
Tonight on The Late Show, see what Bill Murray's got in store for Dave. Plus, an all-new top 10 list and a whole lot more. First, your local news.
A hazmat team closes parts of a Bay Area neighborhood. Plus, a local water company is accused of ripping you off.
Bernice Bowen talks about her role in the shooting deaths of 3 law enforcement officers.
And what will the hurricane season hold for the Bay Area? Get Dick Fletcher's forecast and 10 minutes of nonstop news starting right now.
Later on The Tonight Show, Jay's simply mad about Paul Reiser. We have no idea what Paul's still mad about. Plus, Steve Irwin with some romantic friends. And the tunes of Bijou Phillips. Your local news is next.
From WFLA-TV, 8 on your side. This is News Channel 8 and 11.
Lightning, thunder, hail, and torrential rains. Like clockwork, afternoon storms pound the Tampa Bay area.
Damage is done and there are injuries. Tonight we have Storm Team 8 coverage. Good evening, I'm Bob Height.
Next on the Fox 13 10 o'clock news, 3 families forced to flee Kosovo arrived in the Bay Area today. Tonight, they're settling into their new homes. Find out who's helping them.
Manatee County neighborhood was evacuated today after someone brought something sinister home. They'll tell you what it was.
And what do you get when you cross a mouse with a jellyfish? We've got the results of an unusual experiment. The news is next.
New season's just begun, but already the sparks are flying. Lovers quarrels.
You just wanted to start dating other guys.
Scandalous secrets.
Something happened between me and Kelly. It's not something I'm really too proud of.
And indecent proposals.
You're giving me $10,000?
You pay me back.
It's a brand new 90210, Wednesday on Fox.
If you've ever made a terrible mistake or hurt someone you loved.
I can't believe you stole my boyfriend.
If you think no one understands and your feelings don't count.
I don't want you to go.
You're not alone.
I love you, Sarah. I am probably more attracted to you than you want to know.
Party of 5, a brand new episode, Wednesday.
Sunday, it's the Fox original.
And now, here's News Radio's Bill McNeil on how to be well-liked by everybody. First of all, build confidence.
You trust me?
Of course.
Be a good listener.
Screw your problem. I'm talking about me.
Don't hold back on the kind words. Making sure his love light shines.
On behalf of everyone in the office, I'd just like to say nobody gives a damn.
Bill McNeil on News Radio. Now at an earlier time, 8 p.m. NBC Wednesday.
It's a magical night tonight when Jay welcomes mind-boggling magicians, the Pendragons, and funny man Dana Carvey. Stay up for Jay. Your local news is next.
Up next, election results from St. Petersburg are in. We'll hear from David Fisher on his re-election and find out if the penny for Pinellas will get another 10 years. Former President George Bush takes a flying leap out of an airplane, and in sports, an important game for the Lightning tonight. It's next.
Now, go inside Earth 2.
This piece of machinery has replaced the telephone 200 years in the future. We call it the gear. It just fits snugly over a head like this. And if you just want to talk to someone you're not seeing them, you just speak into this little piece and we can hear each other from kilometers away. Yet if I want a visual aid, I just bring this into my eye.
Danziger, Baines, come in.
Should go on, and there we go. Looking through this little hole. Yes, I can see whoever's on the other end. And best of all with this gear, you never get a busy signal, and there's no gear waiting. Join me.
Rosie Perez, Saturday Night Live's David Spade, and the music of Collective Soul tonight on The Late Show with David Letterman. Now your local news.
He owns the Yankees, and tonight he is making a pitch to own the Bucks. Could George Steinbrenner be the hero to save the team?
Plus, ever wonder what a day in the life of Dan Rather is like? Find out next as Dan Rather brings the CBS Evening News to St. Petersburg. No commercials for the next 10 minutes. It's nonstop news and your first forecast starting now.
Now, Star Trek's Leonard Nimoy recalls his early years on Bonanza.
It was a big deal to be on a Bonanza. I don't recall having too good a part.
Freddie, I'm homesick. Did you buy me a drink?
Me buy you a drink. Your job's hustling drinks from the customers. It was before Star Trek. I enjoyed doing the shows.
I can't get anybody to buy me anything.
Maybe if you'd stop crying in their beer all the time about being homesick, it'd make out better.
Blame me, that's a bug man. Mad About You, Tuesdays on NBC.
Thursday, get ready for the most intense night of television in May.
It has been shot!
First, witness an hour of the most shocking and most terrifying real-life gun battles ever caught on tape.
Coming from everywhere.
On the world's scariest police shootouts. Then 2 of these cops won't survive in the most unforgettable episode of the year. The season finale of New York Undercover after World's Scariest Shootouts Thursday. Fox May Events Monday, when Amanda sees her ex-lover with her worst enemy.
Get this piece of garbage out of here right this minute.
She'll use what she's got
You don't have Craig on your leash anymore. Watch and learn.
to get what she wants. A brand new Melrose Place. Then, these are the scariest crimes ever caught on videotape. Real events. Video Justice, a 1-hour special, Monday after Melrose Place on Fox.
Good evening, I'm Lloyd Towers. Next on the Fox 13 10 o'clock news. After being turned down by a couple of local venues, former Klansman David Duke finds a place to speak out tonight. We'll hear what he had to say. A dramatic rescue in the Gulf today. We'll tell you how a common device may have saved the lives of some stranded boaters. In Tampa Bay's Most Wanted, maybe you can help find the killer who murdered this local woman. And caught on tape, a babysitter appears to abuse a 9-month-old child. The Fox 13 10 o'clock news is next.
About you, next Tuesday on NBC. Oh, wait, what about Murray? Oh, man.
At 8 and
$99 a month lease.
In 35 minutes, Jay welcomes Seinfeld's Jason Alexander. And later this week, hear the music of Depeche Mode. Stay up for Jay. Your local news is next.
It may be the most ironic excuse for mass murder in history. He says he killed to improve his healing powers. Target 8 and
Just 4 teams remain on the amazing race, and Wednesday, a new adventure begins.
All right, let's go.
Race from Australia and the rugged outback to New Zealand, where the local custom of herding sheep is not as easy as it looks.
Can't tackle them.
But first, the teams must take the most incredible leap of faith
I'm going to have a heart attack.
of their lives.
I want to go home to my mommy.
Just 3 shows left. All you amazing race, CBS Wednesday.
This week, Dave's all new with Spider-Man stars Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. Monday, don't miss Charlie Sheen and Zoe from Survivor. Now your local news.
I'm Elizabeth Sanchez. New at 10 on TV5 News. A man risks his life to save a family, and the outcome is not good. We'll take you to the scene coming up. Plus, gunfire in a Valley neighborhood. A bullet strikes a boy on a skateboard. We're live with the story at 10.
Just 4 teams remain on the amazing race, and Wednesday, a new adventure begins.
All right, let's go.
Race from Australia and the rugged outback to New Zealand, where the local custom of herding sheep is not as easy as it looks.
Can't tackle them.
But first, the teams must take the most incredible leap of faith
I'm going to have a heart attack.
of their lives.
I want to go home to my mommy.
Just 3 shows left. All you amazing race, CBS Wednesday.
Tonight on an all-new day, find out who wins the Incredible Dog Challenge on 53rd Street. Plus, Deborah Messing and the top 10 ways Saddam Hussein celebrated his birthday. Tonight, first your local news.
Appliances booth sit. Good dog.
Moo. Is the play over yet? Yes, sir. It's me again. Because I'm running out of candles. 3 hours? Come on, that's ridiculous. No, I'm just saying, in that time, I could cook 60 3-minute eggs. No, one at a time. Come on, who has a pot that big? Hello.
Do you believe in hell? He didn't until he went there.
They began to beat me and bite.
Do you believe in heaven? She was clinically dead when she saw an amazing vision.
I call it what happens when I die.
Doctors believe, will you?
It is the bridge between life and death.
After life, 48 hours in 1 minute. Her daughter was shot to death. Police call it a bizarre suicide.
It's still the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
She claims their son-in-law is the killer.
Definitely was involved.
You make the diagnosis. Who killed Jane? A 48 hours mystery coming up in 1 minute.
Later, enjoy some laughs with Men Behaving Badly's Rob Schneider when he visits Jay tonight, along with ER babe Mariska Hargitay. Your local news is next.
A story that makes you cringe. A murder in Sarasota A mother is dead. Her quadruplets were in the house. $12 million of the white stuff was about to hit the streets until a driver made the wrong turn. And why was there extra security at a Bay Area high school football game tonight?
Tuesday, it's two of the most compelling home improvement episodes, starting at 8/7 Central, when Jill must face the loss of her father.
Oh, my God.
And no one thought it could ever happen.
I feel like we're drifting apart.
There's trouble at home.
It's been a long time since I've been attracted to somebody.
And you won't believe what happens next. Tom Wopat guest stars on the most shocking episode of the season, An Unforgettable Night, with Home Improvement, Soul Man, and a special Dharma and Greg, ABC Tuesday.
You stink.
He had a great life until he discovered he died 2 years ago.
I want my life back.
Timothy Hutton, dead by midnight 2 weeks from Sunday.
She was busy keeping track of her quadruplets and 2 teenagers. Now a young mother is found murdered in her Sarasota home.
The latest in all the day's news starting right now.
A mother accused of kidnapping. A stepfather accused of murder.
How could they have any evidence or innocent?
Victims of the legal system or guilty as charged. Coming February 25th, the miniseries Gone in the Night.
Do you believe we're innocent?
You decide. Get ready to rock with Dave, the hotter than hot Red Hot Chili Peppers, Jackie Chan, and more, all coming up. But first, your local news.
New at 11, trying to tune out the radio on your telephone. The story of one local family's frustrations with a signal.
I'm Ed O'Brien in the Sky Center with word of a presidential candidate ready to throw in the towel.
They acted like Jesse James. That's how one person described a raid by federal marshals in Florida while a woman shopped.
Don't miss the return of Lilith on an all-new Frasier.
Hey, baby, I'm Frasier. It's Thanksgiving, and Lilith is stopping by.
The groom touches down at 11.
Now, Frasier seems a bit confused. Yeah, well, maybe. They're going to give it another try. You started us down that path of insanity. And they don't know what to do with that fat, festive Thanksgiving.
Might I suggest you stuff it?
Lilith is back.
Lilith is back, Tuesday on NBC. This week on NBC's Tonight Show, Jay gives a big turkey welcome to scheduled guests Christy Brinkley, Jerry Rice, Rodney Dangerfield, and musical guest Huey Lewis on the news. Your local news is next.
I'm Joan Steffen. Next on KARE 11 News at 10, a snow emergency is in effect for the Twin Cities. We'll shovel the frigid details. And they track down some of the most feared fugitives in the nation, but there's a price. Plus, a bloated ballot is fueling a plan to eliminate...
A family must unite to save a world being torn apart.
Their lives would be on our conscience.
Miracle at Midnight. ABC Sunday at 7, 6 Central.
Never has a season of Home Improvement ended like this.
This will be the biggest thing in history of television.
Tuesday on the season finale.
I'm going to be on television.
Jill says the one thing about Tim.
I didn't mean to talk about our private life on television.
She can never take back. The season finale of Home Improvement, ABC Tuesday. What's happening on the season finale of Drew? We can't tell you, but it's something big.
You ain't just whistling Dixie, fat boy! What do you want? Finally, one of my people.
The Drew season finale, Wednesday at its regular time on ABC.
Tonight, tens of thousands of people still don't have power. See how the storm's aftermath could last longer than expected.
And get out your Powerball ticket. See if you won more than $100 million.
Finale, Wednesday at its regular time on ABC.
Tonight, tens of thousands of people still don't have power. See how the storm's aftermath could last longer than expected.
And get out your Powerball ticket. See if you won more than $100 million.
NBC is proud to present a Julia Roberts weekend. NBC Sunday starts when Julia Roberts joins a special friends.
I've met the perfect woman.
Followed by the broadcast premiere of Runaway Bride. Then on Monday, Julia Roberts in her Oscar-winning performance as Erin Brockovich.
You're a lawyer? I hate lawyers. I just work for them.
Sunday, Friends, Runaway Bride, and Monday, Erin Brockovich. Julia Roberts Weekend starts Sunday on NBC. NBC Thanksgiving, 2 nights of superstars. Yeah! Wednesday.
Wednesday, Entertainer of the Year Tim McGraw in his first network concert. Then, Thanksgiving night, the incredible Faith Hill in an all-new NBC special. And after Faith, the biggest names in music sing the greatest hits of the King in Elvis Lives. Wednesday, Tim McGraw, Thanksgiving night, Faith Hill and Elvis, only on NBC.
On a train bound for Long Island, her husband killed, her son wounded.
Oh my God! Kevin McCarthy only has a 10% chance of surviving this.
You're wrong. I'm Kevin's mother, and he's going to live.
When the gunman put his victims on trial.
You did not see the shooter. How dare you?
Carolyn McCarthy brought him to justice.
Tomorrow you will be sentenced, and then you will be gone forever.
Based on her inspiring true story, Laurie Metcalf, The Long Island Incident, NBC Sunday.
Later, Tay welcomes the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, plus a 105-year-old man who's still working. Hear that, all you lazy kids out there? Your local news is next.
The arrest of a Little League coach on sex charges has some North Alabama parents asking for background checks. Plus, the little boy is accused of provoking a dog to attack another boy. And the unknown soldier from Vietnam may be exhumed. 10 at 10 starts now.
Robert, will you have Diane to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, honor, cherish, and keep her for as long as you both shall live?
The season finale of NYPD Blue, Tuesday at a special time, 9:30, 8:30 Central. Viewer discretion advised.
You and a guest are cordially invited to attend the event of the season.
As much as I like sitting out there making monkey chat with your loser friends and relatives, let's get this show on the road.
The Drew Carey Show. The Wedding. ABC Wednesday.
Mystery fumes at Logan Airport force a terminal shut. A Brookline officer attacked by a suspect, and a hero drowned saving a child.
When a bomb threatens one of the largest airports in the country.
Immediate evacuation for arrivals.
While an $11 million heist goes down.
I don't want you going near them until we know what we're dealing with.
It's time to call in the best.
We're in. Anybody care?
We're paid to care, babe.
The return of C-16, today's FBI, ABC Thursday.
She never met a man so romantic, so sexy, so crazy.
I don't know what I'd do if you left me.
If you're a woman looking for commitment, don't fall for a guy who should be committed. Connie Selica, Gregory Harrison, A Dangerous Affair, ABC Sunday.
A swimming trip turns fatal for a teenager in Framingham. New promise in treating breast cancer, and betting the farm on Foxwoods. Seniors take a big gamble.
Fox Sunday, catch a special presentation of an all-new lone gunman.
Have we been on with his rectal palpation?
These guys will go to any length to solve a global conspiracy.
Sweet Lord, take me now.
Then, 1 week from tonight, they'll do whatever it takes.
I'm going to send you for a lower GI.
To expose a political cover-up.
Looks like we may have ourselves a deep throat. Whoa, guys.
Get ready to laugh in the face of danger. An all-new lone gunman.
Up with the fire hose.
9/8 Central next Friday.
Up next on Fox 8 News at 10, Carl Monday finds a rat in a local restaurant. It's the story you've been waiting for, and it's now just minutes away.
And do you have stinky feet? That question put a local man in jail. He talks only to Fox 8.
Also breaking news on the attempted bombing of an Akron police officer.
You're watching Fox.
And the news starts now.